Thanks so much for stopping by to get some information. My name is Cheryl East, and my career insight for you is originally in travel and tourism. I love to travel, just didn't enjoy the hours that it took me away from my family. I was looking for something that would enable me to be more of a present mum, but also give me a really good income. So that's exactly what I found, and then some. So it gives me great pleasure to give you a little bit of an insight into some information. The first thing I'd love to share with you is something called the 45-year plan, which I recently stumbled across, and I just found it absolutely fascinating. The 45-year plan, I don't know if you'd agree that basically by the time you've gone to school, college, university, maybe traveled for a year or taken a bit of time out, but most people on average start their career path, maybe, or the career cycle about the age of 20. And you're pretty much doing that in that job cycle, career cycle for 45 years, taking you up to the age of 65. Now, I know it's slightly different now that most people are working up until the age of 67, and I think even later for some people. But for now, and just for ease, if you don't mind, we can keep it to 65, or that retiree age, which is quite fascinating. So there's been studies done by the Office for National Statistics, and they've looked into, for every 100 65-year-old, you've got, well, then if you look at them being in the room, you've got in every room of 100 65-year-olds, you've got one of them that are actually rich. So they're actually living a good life, quite happy, have got the freedom and flexibility. You've got 4 in that room of 100 65-year-olds who are financially fit, so they may be comfortable, can maybe have a holiday once a year, so that's okay. And you've got maybe 5 of those in that room of 100 65-year-olds who are still working. And I don't know about you, but for me, I would love to have the option to work if I so choose to and want to continue giving back, but not because I'm 65 or plus or retiree and still having to pay the bills. And then you've got 28 that wouldn't actually even be in that room, because they'd be dead, unfortunately. And I think most of us would probably agree that, tomorrow is not promised. We've really got to live and make the most of life while we're here and blessed with it. And then you've got 62 in that room who are actually broke. I found that really disturbing. Imagine when you were at the age of 20, I'm sure by the time you're 65, you could not imagine yourself being broke and still having to work to keep things going. Now, there's a gentleman here called Robert Kiyosaki, a great businessman. He's got a good few business books out, and had a good few solid businesses of his own. He wrote a really interesting book in particular called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Now, he explains there being different types of people in business, pretty much 4 types of people. You've got those that are into the big business type of business, the Lord Sugar, Richard Branson. You've got those that are in the I, that invest in, people that like to invest in property. You've got the 3rd type of person in business, someone that's self-employed, works for themselves, maybe a personal trainer, an accountant, an Uber driver. And then you've got someone in the 4th category, which is the majority of people who are employed, working for somebody else, be that in retail or admin, office work, that form of thing. But there's quite an interesting divide between those 4 different types of people. Now, studies have shown that for those that are in the self-employed or employed bracket, they end up being retiree age, still working, dead or broke, which, as you can see there, that's 95% of people. And those that are in the big business or investment bracket tend to be 65 or retiree age and being rich or financially fit. And there's not many people that are in that bracket, as you can see there, 5%. So instead of working this 45-year plan, what we're offering here is a 2 to 3 year plan. And with this 2 to 3 year plan, it's based on working 10 hours per week in the nooks and crannies around your existing commitments, where you can double your income for 0 risk. Now, this is quite amazing. And we say zero risk because you can still be in the majority where the 95% of people are and still be employed, but maneuvering yourself to move into big business to enable you to move into also being able to invest. I really love this phrase. This is by a great philosopher, Jim Rohn, who says that many people work harder on their jobs than they do on their future. And I think that's really, really easy to do. I mean, we spend the majority of our time in a job. So it's quite easy to kind of just be in that vicious cycle and forget about what you actually want and what you would like your future to look like. So this 2 to 3 year plan, there are several levels of income options that you can access. Now, there are some people that tap in or choose to tap into £200 to £400 per month. Some that like to tap into £400 to £800 per month. Then you've got those third type that like to tap into £800 to £3,000 per month. And then you've got those that also would like to tap into £3,000 to £20,000 per month. You know, everybody's requirements are different. Some people maybe want a little extra to be able to pay for a cleaner, perhaps. Some people would like to put a holiday fund. Some people would love to have a second home. Some want to pay off the mortgage earlier, private school fees. It's very different. And some want to replace a second income and maybe create, you know, be able to buy land and buy their own home. The whole option here is completely down to you, you know, and this is not exhaustive. There's a lot more available on offer as well. And I love what it says at the bottom there, full training and support provided. It doesn't matter on your background. It's all about where you want to go because everybody gets full training and support. So who is this for? Now, this is for anybody looking for a change, anybody with a spark or a desire or a passion for a bit more than what life is offering right now. And if that's you, if you're a positive person with an amazing work ethic, or if you're a shy person that just wants a little bit of support in order to kind of give yourself whichever level of income you love to tap into, then please, you know, do get in contact with the person that shared this information with you. But also, you can make a living or you can design a life. That's another quote by Jim Rohn. I absolutely love it. And the latter is what we really love helping people to do. So I'm going to wrap up with this last question. If you had no fear of failure or judgment, what would you do to change your life? A pretty powerful question. And I'd love for you to think about it, or maybe not even think about it. You know, if you've seen something here that makes complete sense, then please do get back in contact with the person that shared this video with you and let them know, and they'll show you what the next step is. Or also, if it's ticked a good few boxes and you're very much intrigued, again, get your questions answered and we can get you some more information. But for now, I'd love to say thank you so much for taking the time to check out this information, and I'm wishing you the very, very best.